Hey friends! Okay, so it's funny, when I had initially said that I was going to come in here every day and do a live, um, I had thought that I would have nothing to talk about. And that's why I was like, so I'll come in and I'll talk about like what the spirit messages are, or affirmations, and I thought majority of my lives would be those, or whatever was on my heart was the other thing, and I just have had so much on my heart to share, that I'm loving it. So I used to not cry like ever. Not that I didn't cry, but like especially in front of people, I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't, tears did not roll down my face when people are around me, because I thought it was a sign of weakness. And it's the biggest thing that I've learned is it's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of great strength and courage, because you're able to, shine your vulnerabilities with others and or be around others. And crying isn't always because you're sad. You don't just cry because you're sad, like me. As I've gotten older and worked through my trauma and stuff and started learning, how to express my emotions, crying is a huge way to express your emotions. If you're feeling great joy, you can cry. If something makes you so happy and peaceful and like enthusiastic and you're just like so loving and touching, you can cry. You're so full of gratitude. If something makes you sad, you can cry. If something makes you so angry, you can cry. It is your body's way of releasing and expressing that emotion. And it's very healthy, it's very natural, and totally okay. I choose to normalize crying. I remember, because I used to think it was a sign of weakness. When I was bartending or working, as a server at a restaurant, people would get overwhelmed and they'd start crying because it was just too much for them to handle. And that's how they express their emotion. But back then I was like, get over yourself, get back to work. Like, this isn't a time to cry, get your shit done. What the fuck are you doing? Go home and cry. Okay. Don't come to work and cry. And now, I think back to that and I have to give myself grace and forgiveness for being so inconsiderate, honestly. To be fair, like, I didn't know what I didn't know, now I know, and I understand that crying is completely natural and normal and healthy. Like, it is so healthy to cry, to let it out, to just express, because when you suppress your emotions, when you're swallowing your emotions, or what you're choosing to speak to express your emotions, or not crying and holding it back and fighting it back, you're fighting a part of yourself. That's who you are. Just let you be natural and let your tears flow. It's okay. But also, when you're doing that, you're creating issues because you are literally suppressing those emotions. And suppressing emotion is not healthy for us in any way, shape, or form. It causes so many issues. Like, they literally say issues in your tissues. That is a literal saying. It's literally been proven that there's different emotions in different organs. So, like, depending on what you're suppressing, it can cause issues for you. A lot of gut issues that people have are because of suppressed emotions. When people are getting consistent headaches, it's because of suppressed emotions. I'm not like a doctor, so I'm not going to sit here and say that every single ailment, even though I fully believe that every single ailment can be healed if you released the emotion that you swallowed in the first place. But legally, I cannot say that with absolute certainty, because it's not like a thing that's been well talked about. It might piss off the FDA because the big pharma would lose some money. I have issues. Anyways, cancel clear. I don't have issues, but I have very strong values and morals about certain things. So today I was crying a lot. This is why I did this. As you can see, I have no makeup on today. I didn't even do my hair. I just put it up in a clip. And I was crying a lot today. My cat's been very sick. Not very sick. He's got cancer. He's declining, and I had to talk with the vet today to see if, like, I'm being selfish or if he still has quality like I think he does. I felt he completely still had quality. It was good, but then there's certain aspects that are declining that I'm like, maybe he is suffering and I don't realize it. So I called and talked to the vet. She's like, no, you're doing fine. But I also had to make the funeral arrangements for cremation, and if we have to do euthanasia, like, I would rather have an at-home euthanasia person come here and do it instead of stressing him out by taking him in the car to the vet. So I literally cried like all morning. Okay, so from like 9 a.m. to like almost noon, I was crying. And so I had a Zoom call at noon, and I was like, I can't be getting on this business call in tears, okay? So I grabbed my oils. If you guys don't know, I love oils. And I grabbed my oils, and I use this one a lot, White Angelica, and I use it as like a shield of protection from negativity. So I put that over me to help any negativity just kind of either like find harmony, or just, any that might come my way would be repelled away like a shield. And then I used acceptance on my heart, over my heart area, because in the name it says acceptance, and so I was choosing to accept everything that's happening right now in my life, in my world, in my family's world. I have some family members who lost a family member on their dad's side, and they're having a really hard time, so I'm sending lots of love their way. And it's just been a really heavy day, and so tears have been flowing, and it made me think of how I used to never cry, especially in front of people. I honestly thought when I came on this live I would be crying, but the oils have helped me remain optimistic and accept and calm down to where I'm not, sitting here. I mean, I even had another euthanasia person call me for quotes and stuff, and like, I wasn't like falling apart like I had been all morning. So, but it's okay to cry. It really is. Let your tears flow, guys. Love yourself. Love your emotions. Honor your emotions. Honor yourself. And you're just going to find so much peace in your life because of it. All right. I love y'all. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk with you tomorrow.